The official results from Uganda are due to be announced tomorrow. In the meantime, let's discuss the two main candidates, singer-turned-politician Bobi Wine and the incumbent Yoweri Museveni, who's seeking a sixth term in office. Our international affairs editor, Philip Turl, joins us with more. And Philip, let's start with Yoweri Museveni. I mean, how much support does he still have in Uganda after so long in power?
Well, I think the first thing that we need to remember is that the president does still wield quite a lot of support amongst the population of Uganda. They see him as a very stabilizing force in the country. You have to remember that he took over after the overthrow of Milton Obote and after the terrible regime of Idi Amin Dada in the 1970s. So since he became president in 1986, there's been a very stable period in Ugandan history. There's been economic growth between 6% and 8% a year, and there is a relatively low unemployment rate in the country. So all of that is seen as being due in large part to the politics of Yoweri Museveni and the fact that it's a much more stable country than some of its regional neighbors like South Sudan, for example, or the Democratic Republic of Congo. And also, Uganda has sent its troops to try to bring peace to other nations in the region, notably Somalia, where it's working against rebels. There is a lot of support in the fact that the population see Yoweri Museveni as a very stabilizing force. The problem is that he's also seen as being someone who's been unable to stamp out corruption in Uganda, particularly in the police, particularly in the judiciary, petty corruption as well. And the big problem as far as Yoweri Museveni is concerned is that there's a lot of fatigue about the fact that he's been president for 35 years. And many of the people of Uganda don't have any memory of anybody else being at the helm of the country, because 78% of the population of Uganda is under the age of 30. So they've only known Yoweri Museveni all their lives. So they would like to have a change. And that's why we've seen this support, I think, growing for Bobi Wine.
And Philip, what about his opponent, Bobi Wine, then? And he today, of course, is making claims of electoral fraud. Talk us through his level of support, his strong and his weak points.
Well, Bobi Wine, as I was saying, has appealed much more to the younger generations in Uganda. He was only born in 1982, so he's only 38 years old, and there's a 35-year age gap between him and Yoweri Museveni. So he has built his election campaign on the fact that Yoweri Museveni has been in power for too long. There's too much corruption. He wants to give power back to the people, and he has become very popular, not only because he's young, but also because of the songs that he's written. And he has been identified as being an icon by the young in Uganda, who see him as the future of their country and a way forward and the promise of employment and a much brighter future. The problem is that he has based his election campaign a lot on promises of stamping out corruption, something that President Museveni has said that he hasn't managed to do, even though he's tried, promising handouts, large amounts of money, the creation of 5 million jobs in Uganda. But it's unclear for the moment how he is going to do that if he is actually elected to the post of president.
Philip, thank you very much indeed. Philip Tell there.